Jan and Pete at Hillswick Wildlife Sanctuary are used to rescuing and caring for many kinds of animals. But at the end of last year, they discovered they were going to have an unusual guest arriving, just in time for Christmas.
Well, I got a phone call on Christmas Eve morning from the vets in Lerwick to ask could I take a baby otter who was perfectly okay apart from the fact it had been picked up by a dog and its back legs were no longer working.
Only a few months old, this baby otter had been seen all alone in the garden of June Redman.
We were advised to leave it for a couple of days because its mother might come back for it, but no signs of any other otter at all.
Still dependent on its mother's milk, things didn't look good for this little otter, and then they went from bad to worse.
My husband was walking the dog, and the dog was ahead of Bernard, and he was fastening the gate, and the dog just found her and just grabbed her. Told her to drop it. She dropped it straight away, but its legs weren't moving, and I knew it was hurt, and I didn't want to touch it because I know they can bite. So I found a box, and it walked straight in, crawled into it because it couldn't work its back legs. It didn't seem distressed or anything. It wasn't squealing or acting frightened. It maybe just couldn't feel. So I phoned the vet and I took it across, and they were going to x-ray it and see whether it was the spine that was damaged.
They thought the spinal cord was okay. They'd done an x-ray, so we decided we'd take her and see if we could help her along. We spoke to a wildlife centre in Derbyshire called the Chestnut Centre, and they have rehabilitated hundreds of otters and have breeding programmes, and they have otters in captivity. She probably wouldn't be able to get back to the wild, but if we could get her so that her legs were working a lot better than what they are now, then they would take her and have her at their centre.
Caring for Kirikou, as she was named, was a 24-hour-a-day job of feeding, bathing and physiotherapy.
No, she's only at the age where they just start taking her to the water. So she's still a bit frightened of the water. I'm not going to get easy again.
Kirikou's mobility needs to improve if she is to be part of a captive breeding programme at the Chestnut Centre. Under the guidance of animal osteopath Tony Nevin, Jan and Pete work tirelessly to try and get Kirikou's back legs working again.
I know it must be such a drag for you. See that one?
Wow, see the legs moving.
They've never moved like that before. Wow. Yay.
Fantastic.
She's never done that.
There was none of this when she first came in. It was completely different.
I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, feeding her, massaging her legs, letting her swim in the water, and encourage her to use the back legs by just constant massage and manipulation, and see if they'll come back to life, see if they will regenerate enough for her to have a quality life in captivity.
Kirikou's rehabilitation progressed so well that by the spring she had outgrown her indoor life. Volunteers helped transform an outdoor area into an otter pen, complete with a jacuzzi and running water. Kirikou moved into her new enclosure in June. She thrived in the more natural environment, her legs improving considerably. Sadly, however, in spite of making great progress outdoors, Kirikou succumbed to an infection and passed away.
Kirikou died in July. It was absolutely devastating. She got an infection and died very quickly.
Speaking to us in November, Jan has mixed feelings about the baby otter's sad demise.
We have a lot to thank Kirikou for, even though the outcome was sad. What we learnt about otters during that 8 months was more than we've ever learnt about all the otters we've ever had, I think. And very honoured to be able to work with a creature so closely for so long.
The generosity of the public and funding bodies to Kirikou's plight have been greater than Jan and Pete could have expected, and will enable them to expand their otter facilities.
The response to Kirikou was enormous. We've never had a response like that ever for any animal, I don't think. So it certainly touched the hearts of a lot of people. We got funding during those 8 months to create new facilities. I mean, they're not going to be big, but they're going to be better than what we've got now, which is pretty much nothing. We're using the seal unit half the time when seals are out to keep otters, and that's not good. We decided we'd bury her in the garden and plant a tree in memory of Kirikou. And the facilities will be in memory of her, will be named after her. So she'll always be remembered.